Hey there, how you doing? Andy here. So we've got a bit of a heat wave in the UK, and what a time to have it when we can't really do much outside. So anyway, it's better to see the sun, isn't it? Seeing the sun's pretty cool. So just a quick one for you today. We're in this period of working from home now. One of the key things for you, maybe the first time you've worked from home virtually. I've been doing it now for 12 years. Hence, Laptop Recruiter being one of our brands. One thing that I'm acutely aware of is your relationship with your spouse, your relationship with your children will drive your emotions. Now, your success as an entrepreneur will drive your confidence and sense of self-worth that drives your communication with your family often. So as an entrepreneur, we know that it's one of the fucking toughest things you'll ever do. But the rewards are huge. But now we're in this quarantine period, and your business is probably, or possibly, going down in some ways, which means that your sense of self-worth, being up front with you guys, fuck me, you're talking to the guru of fucking pointing to himself and being self-critical. You know, me doing these videos is a fucking big thing. I mentioned on video 1 or 2, I've been asked to go on channel 4, go on channel 5. Primetime TV would have been 8 PM on a Wednesday. It's talking about millions and millions and millions of viewers, and I turned it down. You know, I live in privacy, and I don't like being a Johnny Flash bollocks type thing. But I'm doing this because I must do this now. Say to you guys, this is when you can impact and serve more people than ever before. For my members, it's where now they can leverage their business and really take off. And as an entrepreneur, when we don't succeed, or when we see something decreasing, we get hit by this lack of self-worth, and it hits us. And you may or may not agree with me. If not, fuck off. I don't care. Lie to yourself. Absolutely cool. And as an entrepreneur, when we are in this mode, we give off a similar drug as a mother does with children. Don't quote me to that verbatim, but there's something you'll find online yourself. Go and do your research. The point is this: we're at home now with our family, with our kids, and your business is impacted, which means your sense of self-worth is probably impacted, which means you may not be communicating to the best extent you can. And if you're a cool person, I only allow cool people inside my inner circle. I only have cool people working with me. I only have cool people around me. I hate fucking negativity. And if I do something which is wrong, or if I communicate badly, which is I speak loudly, and I'm very, very direct, and some people hate it, I get a sense of remorse immediately. Now, if you're in with your family and your kids, you may be snapping. So what that means is you're then going to be, because you're probably a cool person watching this. If you're still watching this now, you're probably a cool person. So you're probably questioning your sense of self-worth and shit. I shouldn't have snapped at the wife, at the husband. I should be a better dad, a better mother. I should be more patient, and all the shit that goes with it. That is fucking being a human being, and it's fucking tough. It's fucking tough. But I'm not here to detail and be the world's best parent. You know, I've got, fortunately, I had 2 years out of the business. I'm fortunate to have 2 wonderful kids. But my wife is now my ex-wife, and it's fucking heartbreaking. I'm not proud about it. But I'm honest about fucking everything. I'm fucking an open book about everything. What you see is what you get. If you don't like it, fuck off. If you like it, excellent. We could well be kindred spirits. But here's the thing. We're in this time now where the quarantine may well be extended in your country. In the UK, it certainly looks like it will be. So why do we fucking work as recruitment search business owners? Why do we do the entrepreneur shit? It starts off with, I don't want to work for the man anymore. I want to be free. Well, for me anyway. It might be money driven. And what I love about being an entrepreneur is I know if I put 5 units in, I get 500 units out. Now, it's taken me 12 years to be able to have this model in place where I can get a direct correlation between effort and financial output for me and for my members. But the reality is, if your relationships are fucked, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And what might be going on for you now is you might have an internal battle. So every video I've shared this, lost it all 12 years ago, blah, 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 through property. Fortunately, I'm very good at this. However, I put good shit in my mind every single day. Around my home, I've got all sorts of inspirational shit, and it's not woo-woo shit. It's samurai-based, warrior-based, martial arts-based, etc., etc. But this guy here, I want to share with you this guy. This guy, Matthias ZM, on YouTube, is a massive part of my life, to be frank. Let me play the start of this for you. So if you're in a fucking bleak moment right now, just listen to these opening few words.
You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future.
Oh yeah.
You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become.
But you're going to have some ups and you're going to have some downs. Most people give up on themselves easily. You know the human spirit is powerful. There's nothing as powerful. It's hard to kill the human spirit. Anybody can feel good when they have their health, their bills are paid, they have happy relationships. Anybody can be positive then. Anybody can have a larger vision then. Anybody can have faith under those kinds of circumstances. The real challenge of growth, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, comes when you get knocked down. It takes courage to act.
Yeah!
Part of being hungry when
you are. Now here's the thing. When I left the corporate world, I spent a year mentoring kids. I've got accommodation for the Lord Mayor of Liverpool. You can't make money from it. And I'm also a very hungry, success-driven individual. I listen to this every day. I've listened to these things every day. Probably about an hour or 2 hours a day. It's in the background. I know every single word to that. This may be your thing. It may not be your thing. Absolutely cool. Probably best you fuck off now and call me whatever you want to call me. The reality is, what we think is what we say and what we do. So I've mentioned a guy called Tony Robbins numerous times. And I put down lots of my, let's just say, my ability to press on and never give up, partly on him. But here's something I want you to consider right now, and this comes directly from Tony Robbins. So Tony Robbins, trademark. What you put in eventually comes out. What you put in eventually comes out. And if you keep putting shit in, like the fucking news and media bollocks, if you keep putting that stuff in, just that, guess what's going to come out? Panic. You can communicate with your wife and your kids in a way that you're not happy with. You're then going to get remorseful. Now, one of my favourite phrases is action removes doubt. Action removes doubt. So yesterday I showed you a couple of members have done a strategy, fucked it up. One's got 7 roles, 7 interviews with 2 roles, 120k fee. The other guy, on the other hand, is 8.5 grand fee. It's still cool. The point I'm making to you, they moved forward, fucked up, and have done okay. Now, with Tony Robbins, he talks about this. Everyone's got potential. Everyone's got potential. And my kids will be, first and foremost, they're going to be people who give a shit. So when they have sweets, well, Aurora, but he's not old enough, is the first thing they do is they offer it to someone else, then they can have one. The second thing is, she's going to have this, she's going to know her worth. Her worth. Now, I failed maths at school. And all the other things, it's not a fucking pity me story, but the fact is, either because I'm adopted, or whatever the fucking thing is in my head, I know full well that I'm going to get every ounce of my fucking potential the world is going to see. Now, it's taken me all these years to fucking start doing video. I think I've got a fucking fat face. Crazy, isn't it? The reality is, I'm at a point whereby if I'm on my fucking deathbed and there is all these recruitment businesses who are run by people who have families, I could have changed their life. That's not dramatic. I've had members, we get together 3 times a year in London, at the Grand Connaught Rooms in Covent Garden. I've had members bring their wife to the event. I've had members bring, basically, thank you, you've saved us. Andy, we've paid off a mortgage. Andy, we bought our first house, etc. I'm tapping my potential now. I'm going to share with the fucking world what I know, but also how much I give a shit. Now, you at home, we're in quarantine, and it's difficult to remember what our fucking potential is. So number one, you fill your head with Matthias ZM, or whatever your thing is, each day for an hour. Each day. It could be 3 to 20 minutes, fill your head. So that's step one that happens from Tony Robbins. So we've got this potential. The next step is, we've got this potential we have. We need to have a belief about ourselves. A belief about ourselves. Can I really do it? Can I really do this? And so on yesterday, I went through some yesterday's call. You know, we've launched a brand new business with one of our members in the last 3 weeks. We're relaunching one in front of our members every single day. And when we went through the template that we gave them to get these appointments with, well, avatar interviews, wherever it is, where is it? There we go. We gave them the template, we gave them the framework, and then I drew out some insights. And basically on the course, I said to my members, I went, don't fucking ask me to review the font or the subject, fucking implement. And it's not for me to be an arsehole because I know we've got 12 weeks and 10 weeks, etc. But when people say, Andy, I've taken the template you've tested 10,000 times, can you just check it? The reason why is they've got a lack of self-belief. So you need to get your belief in shape of, right, now is the time that I'm going to attain my goals, whatever it is. Now, goals is probably the wrong word right now. Now is my time. Now is my time. And you've got to get that ingrained. If you're not of that mindset, so whether you're in survival mode or you're in growth mode, so whether you're in survival mode, and go and watch the launch, go to our website, go to War Plan and click on Life Raft versus Yacht, where I discuss this in detail, or growth mode. You need now to be fucking saying to yourself, this is it, it's fucking game time. This opportunity will never come again. If you don't see it as an opportunity, keep filling yourself with this fucking good stuff. So you start to tap your potential. Then you'll start to get a bigger belief in yourself. You need cool people around you. So when we've got this belief about ourselves, what do? We start taking action. So yesterday I showed you Gordon. Watch yesterday's video, number 4, if you didn't see it yet. 8.5k. Daniel. Excuse me, fucking so tired right now. 120k. So they've run their first campaign and they've got this result. So they've taken this action, and they've got a result. They've got this result. So now they've got something tangible they can see. So they've taken this action. So what are they going to do next time? They're going to tap more. Of their potential, create a bigger belief and take bigger action. And they're going to get a bigger result. So when I said yesterday with Gordon, one of the things we're doing is every week we want your metrics to double. So double the campaign metrics, double the webinar conversion metrics, double the appointments, double the conversion. So we've got 20k to 40, well, in terms of roles right now, obviously I haven't filled them just yet, 20k to 40 to 80, etc., etc. So this is what we've got going on in our head at home. So bringing it full circle, we as, if you're a cool person, you give a shit about other people. You don't want to fuck your wife over. You don't want to fuck your husband over. You don't want to piss on any positive things they may have going on. And if you're a cool person, you'll probably be remorseful when you fuck up. I certainly am. I wish I could communicate better at times. I wish I could be softer with my communication, so people don't get offended or hurt. But why is it though? I've also got people inside the inner circle been with me 6, 7 years, and I've got the same team members I've done for 3, 4 years, etc. They actually know I give a fuck. But the point is this: we're in this time now where we're at home with our spouse, and because we are getting bogged down, we're probably getting doubt. We're probably getting doubt about everything. Doubt about everything. And we're probably taking little action or less action that creates more doubt. So to break that cycle and say, fuck off, you start putting good stuff in your head. And for me, and for you now, Matt is ZM, by the way, it's not me, I wish I had that talent. Matt is ZM, watch that every day. Start to see your potential. Start to get this belief, take your first steps of action, you're going to get a result. And when you see it, oh shit, this works. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do a bit more of it. So, when I have someone apply to join the inner circle, there's 3 things that I look at. Number 1, do they get niche? Now, there might be a niche of 200,000. There might be a niche of, well, we've got Laura Anderson, veterinary space. We've got 42 candidates in one of her niches. So it would be micro niche or it can be a huge niche. But they get niche, number 1. Number 2, I don't work with dickheads. Don't want dickheads. Inside our members area, inside our group, we've got, I think right now, about 20, 25 units inside our Facebook group. But basically, I've got 200 plus strategies. As I said yesterday, I've had to switch from the old model, which is very successful, and create a brand new model and brand new strategies right now. Pressure. But our members share inside the group. So this template is what's worked. This is the framework. This is the automation. This is etc. etc. We've got cool people. So the second thing is I don't work with dicks or douchebag if we're going to be PC. I want to work with cool people. I set up the business to enjoy life. So number 1, you've got to get niche. Number 2, don't be a dick. Number 3, take action. So the main principle was this. Over the years, I'd much rather take someone who is going to take action and be a bull in the china shop than someone who procrastinates and questions everything all day long. But we're only going to take action, we're only going to take it if we believe in ourselves. And we're only going to do that if we know we've got this potential and we start to tap it. And the process, it has to start somewhere. And the easiest place to start it, brown may not be the best colour, the easiest place to start it is here, by tapping your potential and seeing your potential. And for me personally, that comes from every day putting good stuff in. And don't get me wrong, every day I'm a fucking moody sort of times. My team will probably say too many times. But the point is this, you've got to start tapping this, to start knowing what you got, to take a fucking action, to get a result. And that's when you go to our podcast, that James Trott said yesterday, said, I've been following you for X amount of time, and these people do 5x in, 10x in the first year, then 2 years. I thought it was bollocks. That's why it took so long. So the way we work with automation and digital strategy, we're literally changing a few words in an automation and tweaking some percentage points in a funnel. That's why the 5x, 10x happens. It's not making more calls. It's not fucking more effort. It's quite working smart. But for James to take the jump, or for you to get through this period with your wife, with your husband, with your kids, you've got to feel good about yourself. And to feel good about yourself, you need to be taking action. You need to be taking action right now. And for you to take action, you need to know you've got this potential. You've got this potential. I've worked over the years with businessmen who've come to me with £100 million in the bank, and they're using recruitment as a toy. I've worked with the guys who've literally tired of working for the man, not got a pot to piss in. They've gone through, given a set of tasks, come back when you've got this, you've proven, you've earned X amount, then you can join us, which is, I mentioned yesterday about the recovery program we're going to put together. So then they come to us, and the key thing is this, about what action they're going to take, So right now, whether you're in survival mode and you need to fucking get this into recovery mode, or you're in growth mode, it starts with this, knowing your potential. But it only gets a result if you take action. And again, all the money in the world is not fucking worth losing a fucking marriage over, and it's definitely not worth having an argument with your kids over where you're going to be up all night questioning yourself, am I a good dad, am I a good mum? So, with love, put it in context. As an entrepreneur, the unfortunate thing is you're going to judge your self-worth by how successful you are as an entrepreneur. And it's a fucking arsehole. I wish we didn't have it. I wish we didn't have that as entrepreneurs, but it's reality. How do we judge our success as an entrepreneur? Well, the first one is bank account. It's not fucking, skirt around it. Right now, if you're not taking action, your bank account's not going to increase. So take fucking action. I can't take action because I'm fucking stressed. Right, Matthias ZM. Get into it. So that said, just want to take it head on. I know that it's fucking tough at home. Last year, I had 75 emergency calls probably with members. And of those calls, 50 or 60, they were all to do with marriage problems, I won't go into too much detail, but marriage problems, maybe personal problems. It wasn't about, Andy, this strategy's not fucking working. It's more about personal shit, so they're not taking directed action. So again, you can have all the strategies in the world and the best intent in the world, but if your marriage is fucked, you're going to be in a fucking bad place. If you're a shit dad, shit mum, you're going to be in a bad place. Sort that out. And again, I fucked up my marriage. We did it as a team, looking back in hindsight. But you know what? I wouldn't wish that on anyone. And if you're in quarantine now, the reason why you're getting yourself in a fucking pickle is because you're questioning your self-worth and then you're communicating in a poor way with those around you. Listen, it can be fixed, but it starts with fucking this potential. With that said, take care. I'll see you on the next one. Booyah.